7:54 a.m. Nearly my bedtime. Try to lay down in bed about now and spend about an hour reading the Kindle, and then get my good 9 hours of sleep before work. July 7th, 2012. So I guess we'll call this the day 3 vlog of low testosterone. So I went to the doctor, clinic, whatever you want to call it. These places, at least in my experience, they tend to be small scale, sort of more casual, alternative health type clinics versus hospitals. So it's in a probably one of the best areas in Denver. It's a clean office. It's professional looking, but the staff literally consists of a nurse who is also the receptionist, and some guy in the back who I think is in sort of billing and scheduling, and a nurse practitioner who has scheduled times to come in to consult with patients. And the nurse is also the one who does the shots. So I got my first shot yesterday morning, about 23 hours ago, and the needle's fucking huge. I don't know if it's... I said, hey, let me see that needle, before she stuck it in my butt. And, oh my god, I shouldn't have seen that, because it's, I don't know if it's 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Pretty large gauge for 200 milligrams of testosterone cypionate. And apparently, when they recheck your blood levels after 10 weeks, they will actually even adjust that up to 250 milligrams. The thing I like best about this place is that they don't fuck around with creams and gels and pellets and et cetera, et cetera. They go right for the tried and true method of injectables coupled with HCG, coupled with Arimidex, which is sort of like the perfect HRT program. So the shot, had never received a glute injection before. I'm used to the Delp injections, from back in the day when I used to get flu shots or whatever. Stung going in. She sort of showed me how to do it myself. I'm not going to be doing it in my... If I do, because if you buy the bulk packages, you can buy larger, more expensive packages. You get some discount by doing that. It's kind of negligible, though, a 6% discount. And they send you the vial of testosterone and all the supplies, and you poke yourself. There's no way I'm twisting around and trying to find that landmark on my ass cheek and with a fucking torturous looking needle. Kind of hurt going in. Just that pinch. I'm not really sure. I know obviously you feel pain on your skin, but once it passes that point, you don't really feel anything. So are there pain receptors actually in the fat, in the muscle tissue? It doesn't seem like there is. As she was injecting it, it probably took her between 5 and 10 seconds to actually push all the fluid in, and then when she pulled it out, it hurt even worse. I don't know if she pulled it out at an angle. When she did my blood draw, I literally felt nothing. I'm talking so much about needles because I don't like needles. Not to the point where I'm going to go out of my way to avoid getting a shot, but, I think it's a healthy aversion to having your body pierced with steel or whatever a needle is made of. She pulled it out. Ooh, yeah, that was the worst pain that I felt during the process. And it stung for maybe 10 minutes afterwards, but then it was completely gone. I'm not even looking in the mirror. I can't tell where it is. There's no mass. There's no nodule where the fluid went. That's one thing. When I got home, she didn't really, there was no Band-Aid, no massaging the area. So for some reason in my mind, I got it in my head, fuck, can that, I guess depending on the injection method, you can sort of have some exit of fluid. God damn, it's so little, it's whatever it is, 1 cc, 1 unit, whatever you want to call it. So even if a couple drops came out, that would be like a significant portion of the testosterone. So I'm feeling around. I don't really feel any fluid or anything. No, and, whatever I did feel, I sort of attributed to maybe being blood. And I get home and I look at my shorts. I took these off for whatever reason to switch into gym shorts. I don't know if you can see it. It's the back of my shorts. So everything's in reverse. This here. At first I looked at it, and the first thing that came to my mind was like, oh, is that a shit stain? Is that a skid mark on my shorts? And I'm like, no, I don't go commando, and 1, and 2, I wipe my ass well, and 3, well, that's pretty far off center, so unless those shorts were, way off to the side. And these are size 46 waist shorts. No, I don't need shorts that big, but I'm such a unstylish guy that I've had these shorts for years, and they don't even have a button. They're not really torn otherwise, but I just cinch up my belt to the very 5th spot, and they work. So yeah, I had it in my head. I'm like, fuck, did I lose some of that fluid? But by looking at it, the fluid is sort of looks like cooking oil. And this looks more like blood. It could have been, a drop or 2 of blood could have caused that skid mark of blood. But I'm like, obviously I'm not going to feel anything. I just got the injection yesterday. But I'm like, fuck, did I, waste? I paid it was actually $169.99 for a 4-month supply, which is 4 injections. You get these to take home with you. This is the HCG, which apparently in this particular application, this somehow signals your testicles to begin producing testosterone again on their own. And I give myself this once a week, a few days after the testosterone injection. I also take, this give me 4 tiny little Arimidex pills. I took half yesterday, and Arimidex is an anti-estrogen, and I'm supposed to take the other half when I actually inject this. And this is like an insulin needle. You can see it in contrast to my face. Nothing, tiny compared to what she used yesterday. You inject this into the fat in your stomach. And how small it is, regardless of how small this is, I'm still going to spend 20 minutes getting the nerve to stick this into my stomach fat. So yeah, I'll do this in a couple of days. This is to stimulate the natural testosterone production. And, I'll be getting, for now, when you buy those smaller, monthly packages, you go in and they do the injections for you. So I'm going to do that for now because I'm too much of a wuss to stick that big honking needle in my body myself. Been talking to a lot of people. I'm sort of a fairly active member on a lot of fitness forums, and it's surprising how many people are on hormone replacement therapy. And it's surprising that my testosterone is half what theirs was. And these guys, across the board, fucking phenomenal differences in how they feel, how they look, feel, and perform, a la Rob Wolf. And, the conventional wisdom is that it can take 4 to 6 weeks for you to notice any of the improvements, but a lot of these people say within a week, as soon as you get your morning wood back. It didn't even occur to me that I had lost my morning wood. I don't know. I think I've had it sort of sporadically, but I don't remember when it went away, and I don't remember the last time I woke up with one, unless I have to pee really bad. Libido, fine. Otherwise, I have no problem getting an erection. This is like the too much information vlog, huh? But I guess when you're talking about this, these are the things that you talk about. I would have no issues performing in the bedroom, but yeah, morning woods, they're gone. Another observation I've made lately is I'm having this neck discomfort. At first I thought it was, I've been given really, really shitty trucks at work lately. and the suspension of those things, it's fucking terrible. So, and my route is particularly bumpy, so you spend all shifts sort of rocking around, and I'm sort of feeling some pain in the tendons on the side of my neck, and I think that's probably from, like this right here is painful. Mildly painful, not stabbing pain. I think that's probably from the truck. But this pain here, and there's no swelling, there's no discoloration, there's no heat. It's very, very mild and just sort of an odd feeling, not even necessarily pain. And that is where your thyroid gland is. So my next step of investigation of this whole low testosterone, just not feeling right thing is to find a general practitioner who I do not have, and to get some tests done to see if this thyroid is fucking up somehow, because that can have I don't think it necessarily, my knowledge of anatomy is good and muscle physiology, but my knowledge of glands and circulatory systems and the endocrine system is not that good. So it doesn't produce testosterone, but I think it sort of directs it, or controls the potency or the action of the testosterone or the hormones in your body. So something in here could indeed have some impact on what's going on with this shitty mood and anxiety and lethargy and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not even sure how to find a general practitioner. I've never had a doctor before. It seems foreign to people. People have a doctor that they've developed this relationship over years. I've so rarely had health insurance that I go see a doctor once, get a physical, get a foot issue taken care of, and I never see them again. So I'm not quite sure how to go about finding a general practitioner. I looked through my insurance company's website and scanning through, and you can select all sorts of specialties and yada yada. And like, oh, this guy's 78 years old. Well, I don't know if I really want to go to him. I can't imagine him being too sort of progressive at 78. But what's wrong with tried and true methods? I look at this other doctor, and I'm like, with that name, it sounds racist, but with that name, I wonder if English is their first language. I'm gonna pass up on that one. So I need to somehow find a good general practitioner and get whatever thyroid blood levels checked to see what's going on with that. So anyways, obviously, one day, we're going to call this day 3, technically it is. One day after the injection, I don't feel anything. So I'm going to look forward to that morning wood and or any other, sense of elation or well-being or energy that I haven't felt for quite some time. And I will use that as my first signal that, it's, getting this rather expensive fluid injected into my butt cheek is doing something. Woke up last night at like 8 o'clock p.m. My sleep schedule's weird. Actually, I slept well yesterday. I can't necessarily attribute that to this, but I slept pretty well. Woke up, I went into the refrigerator, had some ice cream, was going to start eating that. I said, no, you're going to cook these pork chops, and you made a big batch of potatoes, you're going to at least eat these whole real foods. No soda today, no sweets. Step 1 will be no sweets, no desserts. And that collapsed as the day went on. And I had some DiGiorno pizza and some soda from the Soda Stream and some Nestle's Crunch and shit like that. So day 1 of the diet, bet. I went to the store last night. As I picked up my junk food, I'm sure most people who have these eating issues can relate. You go to your store, you have an idea of the healthy food you want, but you also have an idea of the food my last meal. So I'm going to get some pizza, I'm going to get some sweets, and then tomorrow I have all these healthy foods, so I have no excuse. How often does that work out? 12% of the time. So I got spinach in there, I got a bunch of Greek yogurts, I have grass-fed butter, I have some ribeye steaks, mixed nuts. So the initial diet plan, I don't want it to be too strict. I want to get sugar out of my diet. So essentially wake up, have a big old green shake, the spinach, a shit ton of spinach, which surprisingly doesn't have any flavor as far as I can tell. Spinach, some Greek-style yogurt, full fat, a scoop of vanilla protein powder, and a handful of this berry medley mix that I have. And so wake up, big old shake. As I'm at work, I try not to eat too much because I don't know, I have this sort of low level of anxiety my entire shift. I don't know why. I've been working here for almost a year and I still kind of feel sick to my stomach as I'm working, before I'm working, anytime I'm looking forward to work. If I eat, it immediately goes through me and I have to take a shit. And you don't want to be in that situation when you're out there on the road in a truck and you're not very near a bathroom, because accidents can happen. So I try not to eat too much during the shift. If I do, mix nuts. I have a dehydrator, which is on top of those cupboards back there. You can't really see it though. Some beef jerky, snacking on just what I need to have some energy through the shift, and then come home and a big portion of beef and, side of sweet potatoes or something like that. So the initial plan, just green shake in the morning, snacking during the day, and a big meat meal at night. Everything I prepare and food of the highest quality I can afford. So, and I cook a lot. I like to cook, so you won't ever find my oven not having cast iron pans stacked on top of it with food residue in them, because I'm constantly cooking. Anyways, the video is longer than I expected. I need to get into bed and finish reading Ender's Game. I don't even know how I stumbled upon that book, but it's pretty good so far. Also have a couple of books by Sam Sheridan, Fighter's Heart and Fighter's Mind, that I'm going to read. And, sort of a very eclectic tastes in books. I try to read like Nietzsche and things like that, but just what word is that? Pedantic. So I can say that I've read these very deep, meaningful books on philosophy and whatnot. And I try to get into those, but more so I kind of like science fiction and more fluffy stuff. I do like Ayn Rand, Fountainhead, and Atlas Shrugged, but that's philosophy masked by fiction. Anyways, tangent. That's all for now. I'll post again in a couple of days, and hopefully this shit works. But thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and until next time.